Welcome back, everybody. I have loved seeing all your learning about Zog over the last week and a bit. So today we are going to have a look at the whole story of Zog. We read it in part, so I'm going to read through the whole story with you today, and then we're going to do some book talk that you might remember from school. So first of all, let's all sit comfortably so we're ready to rehear the story of Zog. That's right. So if you need to snuggle up somewhere, snuggle up, get yourself nice and cozy listening to our story today. So here it goes. Madam Dragon ran a school many moons ago. She taught young dragons all the things that dragons need to know. Zog, the biggest dragon, was the keenest one by far. He tried his hardest every day to win a golden star. All the dragons in year one were learning how to fly. High, said Madam Dragon, way up in the sky. Now that you've been shown, you can practice on your own, and you'll be expert flyers by the time you're fully grown. Zog went off to practice, flying fast and free. He swooped and soared and looped the loop and crashed into a tree. Just then, a little girl came by. Oh, please don't cry, she said. Perhaps you'd like a nice sticky plaster for your head. What a good idea, said Zog. Then up and off he flew, his plaster gleaming pinkly as he zigzagged through the blue. A year went by, and in year two, the dragons learned to roar. More, said Madam Dragon, louder, I implore. Now that you've been shown, you can practice on your own, and you'll all be champion roarers by the time you're fully grown. Zog went off to practice. He roared with fearsome force. He kept it up for hours on end, but then his throat grew hoarse. Just then, the girl came by again. She said, what rotten luck. Perhaps you'd like a nice soothing peppermint to suck. What a good idea, said Zog. Then up and off he flew, and breathing fumes of peppermint, he zigzagged through the blue. A year went by, and in year three, the dragons learned to blow. No, said Madam Dragon, breathe out fire, not snow. Now that you've been shown, you can practice on your own, and you'll all be breathing bonfires by the time you're fully grown. Zog went off to practice. He blew with all his might. He twirled around in triumph, and his wingtips set alight. Just then the girl came by again. She said, you poor old thing, perhaps you'd like a nice stretchy bandage for your wing. What a good idea, said Zog. Then up and off he flew, his bandage flapping wildly as he zigzagged through the blue. All the year four dragons were learning. Can you guess? Yes, said Madam Dragon, how to capture a princess. Now that you've been shown, you can practice on your own. You'll need to capture hundreds by the time you're fully grown. Zog went off to practice. He tried and tried and tried, but he simply couldn't manage. I'm no good at this, he cried. I'll never win a golden star. Just then, he saw the girl. Perhaps, she said, you'd like to capture me. I'm Princess Pearl. What a good idea, said Zog. Then up and off they flew, the princess gripping tightly as they zigzagged through the blue. Aha, said Madam Dragon, our first princess so far. Congratulations, Zog, my dear. You've won a golden star. Zog was proud and happy, and Pearl felt good as well. She took the dragon's temperatures and nursed them when they fell. A year went by, and in year 5, the dragons learned to fight. Right, said Madam Dragon, here comes a real live knight. Up spoke the knight. My name, he said, is Gadabout the Great. I've come to rescue Princess Pearl. I hope I'm not too late. Zog breathed fire and beat his wings. You can't, she's mine, he roared. Oh, no, she's not, yelled Gadabout, and he waved his trusty sword. The other dragons crowded round and watched them all agog. Who was going to win the fight? Sir Gadabout or Zog? Then Princess Pearl stepped forward, shouting, Stop, you silly chumps! The world's already far too full of cuts and burns and bumps. Don't rescue me. I won't go back to being a princess and prancing around the palace in a silly, frilly dress. I want to be a doctor and travel here and there, listening to people's chests and giving them my care. Me too, exclaimed the knight, and he took his helmet off his head. I'd rather wear a nice twisty stethoscope, he said. Perhaps, Princess, you'll train me up. And Pearl replied, Of course, but I don't see how the two of us can fit upon your horse. Then Zog said, Flying doctors, I'd love to join the crew, and if you let me be your ambulance, then I can carry you. Bravo, said Madam Dragon, an excellent career. And all the Year 5 dragons gave a loud, resounding cheer. Then Madam Dragon told the horse, I really hope you'll stay. I'll let you be my people's pet, and I'll feed you lots of hay. What a good idea, said Zog. Then up and off they flew, the flying doctors waving as they zigzagged through the blue. And that's our story of Zog. So today, I'd like you to think about the whole story, and I'd like you to think about our book talk icons that we've used before in school. I'll remind you of them now. So our book talk icons remind us of what we like about the story, what is good, there's our nice tick there. What we didn't like so much about the story, because even if you like a story, there's going to be bits that you're not so keen on. We've got a nice big, what's this bit of punctuation here? That's right, a question mark. Questions we have about the story, things we'd like to know. Could be a question about what happened to Zog after that and Princess Pearl and Sir Gadabout. Or it might be something that the author, Julia Donaldson, didn't tell us in the story that we'd still like to know. It might be a question for Julia Donaldson about why she decided to write the story Zog, perhaps why he's called Zog. Anything that you might be thinking, I'd like to know a bit more about it. And then at the bottom here is that one we find a bit tricky sometimes is our connections, things the book reminds us of. So thinking about the story of Zog, does it remind you of any other story? Or does it remind you of anything else in your life, an experience you've had? So something that it reminds you of. Might him getting a gold star, help you remember about things that how it felt when you might have got something special at school when you awarded something, or when he felt not so good and he thought, I just can't capture that princess. Maybe you can relate to that feeling reminds you of something in your life. Or, like I said, it could be about the story. So it could remind you of another story that has dragons in it. Or the author, Julia Donaldson, has written lots of different books. There might be some similarities between other stories you've read by her. So today, I'd like you to think about those things. I'd like you to draw a picture for each icon, so something you like about the story, and write, I liked it when, and explain what you liked, and maybe why you liked it. Then draw a picture of something that wasn't quite so good about the story. So I didn't like it when, and explain what it was and maybe why. And then here are your questions. So remember what it might have at the beginning. It might have a where, a why, a what, a when, a how kind of word at the beginning. And at the end, it won't have a full stop, this sentence. It will have that question mark, that she, her. A question you might have a story, something you would like to know more about. And then something it reminds you of. So it reminds me of, or it reminds me when this happened. So something about the story it reminds you of. I hope you've really enjoyed exploring the Zog book. I certainly have. So now's a chance to think about what you really think about it, the best bits, the not such good bits, and things that you'd like to know more. I can't wait to hear what you come up with. So, time to have a look at those book talk icons and have a chat with somebody, thinking about what you like, what you didn't like, any questions you have, and things it reminds you of. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.